San Diego Global Knowledge University.
Introduction. Welcome to this session. We will look at how global megatrends affect how organizations compete and the strategic role of people in a world that is always changing. In this block, we bring together key ideas, how sectors change, how globalization affects small and medium businesses, rising social and work expectations, and the need to build organizational skills for adaptation and continuous learning. We will also talk about the importance of education, global skills training, and knowledge management as key tools to face these challenges. This will show that today's competitiveness depends less on old resources and more on an organization's ability to grow talent, adapt smartly, and think globally. The modern global environment is full of constant change and uncertainty. That matters for decisions made by companies, governments, and communities. This forces us to rethink old management ways and use a strategy that finds and studies big global trends, called megatrends. These trends shape the world and set the chances and risks organizations will face. Over history, society moved from hunting and farming to industrial economies, and now to service economies. This shift was driven mostly by technology, not just politics. Tech changed how we make, move, and use value. Knowing this history helps us understand today and prepare for what comes next. Today we can spot several global megatrends that touch every country, company, and community. We must watch these trends all the time because they affect planning and daily work. The ability to read and manage them well becomes a key part of how organizations perform. But studying megatrends alone isn't enough. Leadership makes the real difference, especially smart leadership. That means understanding the world, making informed choices, and moving resources well. Smart leaders become a big competitive edge in a complex, uncertain world. At the same time, human talent becomes central as a strategic resource. Organizations that want to grow must build global skills in their people, mixing abilities, knowledge, and competencies to meet challenges. Talent management stops being just admin work and becomes a strategic axis to boost performance. Managing talent means planning and running strategies to develop, keep, and use people's skills. It becomes a key tool to take advantage of opportunities from global megatrends. The link between the environment, leadership, and talent forms a system where each part affects organizational success. Global organizations show that strong leadership and smart talent management are essential to face challenges. Putting these together helps organizations not just adapt, but also get ahead of changes, creating lasting advantages. Together, these elements show that the global world today needs a new way to run organizations. Finding trends, building smart leadership, and managing talent strategically are key pillars to reach high performance and stay competitive in a world that keeps changing. The current global setting is marked by constant, deep, structural change. It has changed how people, organizations, and governments work. It's not just more change than before. The rules that used to guide behavior no longer apply. This forces us to rethink old models of how we think and act. Through history, people moved through different economic and social stages. For thousands of years, hunting and gathering was common, with small communities depending on nature. Then farming let people build bigger settlements and complex societies. The Industrial Revolution brought a big shift, using energy to replace human effort. That led to manufacturing economies and later to service-based economies. In recent decades, this trend moved toward a knowledge and technology economy. Jobs shifted to digital systems, information, innovation, and specialized services. This change comes from tech advances that reshape the job market. While some old jobs vanish, new ones appear that need different skills, pushing workers to keep learning. One main driver is globalization. World market integration raised competition and shifted economic power between regions. Emerging economies now matter more, and production and consumption are global. Big companies and small businesses take part in international markets, helped by digital tools that remove geographic limits. Another key factor is the tech and communication revolution. Digital tech sped up change, increased connectivity, and let millions interact in real time. Fast tech growth cut costs, raised efficiency, and created new business models. It changed how we make, share, and use information, making the world very dynamic and competitive. There is also a major demographic shift. In many developed countries, people are aging, which brings challenges for jobs, health systems, and the economy. Fewer young people and more retirees create a global fight for talent and raise demand for specialized services like healthcare. We also see political and social change, with rising nationalism and conservatism in some places. These trends shape economic, trade, and migration policies, creating tension between global integration and protecting national interests. This adds more complexity to strategic decisions. Another important element is more frequent unexpected global events, many linked to climate change. Droughts, sea level rise, extreme weather, and natural disasters affect many places and sectors at once. These events raise uncertainty and demand better response from organizations and governments. Together, these forces create an environment where no organization is untouched. All organizations face these changes, raising expectations for performance, quality, and innovation. Competitive products and services can come from anywhere, increasing pressure to adapt and improve. As a result, new organizational models appear, with flatter, more flexible, and highly connected structures. Organizations become more agile, collaborative, and project-focused, with less reliance on rigid hierarchies. The job market also shifts away from long-term traditional jobs toward project work, entrepreneurship, and varied careers. In this world, the main competitive edge is a skilled, adaptable workforce. Technical skills, critical thinking, ability to learn, and teamwork are essential. Training is no longer a one-time thing but a continuous activity that must keep up with change. In short, global transformation changes how we see work, organizations, and competitiveness. Understanding these dynamics is key to acting well in a world of uncertainty. Adaptation, continuous learning, and skill development are the basic pillars to survive and thrive in this new reality. Organizational change today means seeing change as structural, not isolated, and knowing it affects strategy, operations, and especially talent management. One example is a global company that over 20 years made deep strategic changes to adapt to disruption, global competition, and tech progress. A key lesson is that transformation doesn't happen by accident. It needs strong leadership and a clear vision for change. When leaders see that the world has changed for good and that not adapting means falling behind, they create a turning point that drives action. This message must be shared clearly and often until the whole organization understands and follows the strategic direction. One early step is rethinking the business focus. Companies in many sectors should review their portfolio and focus on areas that create the most value. That may mean leaving low-growth activities and strengthening areas with competitive advantages. Strategic focus helps use resources better and aim efforts where they matter most. At the same time, innovation becomes central. Moving from growth by buying companies to growth driven by technology means a big change in how you grow. This needs more investment in research and development and stronger tech skills. Innovation stops being a separate task and becomes something that affects the whole business. Another key point is making the organization global. Expanding internationally means more than being in other places. It means working as one integrated company. This needs structures that let business units and regions collaborate and give local teams freedom to act based on their market. Decentralization and teamwork become critical for success. Digital transformation is also a core pillar. Moving from traditional industrial models to digital ones means using advanced tech like data analytics, specialized software, and smart systems. This changes products and services and also how decisions and processes work. Digital tools improve efficiency, cut costs, and create new business chances. All these changes share one common point: talent management. The ability to carry out complex strategies depends on having people with the right skills. That means hiring, training, and keeping talent worldwide, especially tech specialists. Talent management becomes a central strategic element, not just support. Organizational change also needs more agile and flexible structures. Slimmer hierarchies, simpler processes, and decentralizing decisions help respond faster to change. Organizational agility becomes a competitive advantage, making innovation and continuous adaptation easier. Another important need is building a global mindset in the organization. Everyone, no matter where they work, should understand international dynamics and be ready to work in multicultural settings. Training in global skills, like cross-cultural communication and international collaboration, is essential. Creating a learning organization is also key. That means offering ongoing training, encouraging knowledge sharing, and promoting constant adaptation. Organizations that learn can foresee change, innovate, and keep improving performance over time. Finally, evidence shows that workforce quality is the main factor in organizational success. Productivity and profit link directly to people's skills. So hiring and developing talent must be a top strategic priority for any organization. Together, these elements show that organizational change in a global world needs a complete approach that mixes strategy, innovation, globalization, and talent management. Organizations that bring these parts together will be better ready to face a dynamic, competitive world and use the chances that constant disruption creates. Today's service and tech-based economies do not make traditional sectors irrelevant. They have been transformed by tech. Farming is still vital for global sustainability but needs less labor now because of automation and tech improvements. Leaders must rethink strategies, expect these trends to continue, and adapt how they operate. Small and medium businesses and family firms face tough challenges. They make up much of most countries' economies but are strongly affected by global megatrends, tech change, globalization, demographics, and new social expectations hit their competitiveness. Investing in education and training, especially with a global focus, is critical for their survival and growth. Globalization also raised people's expectations. Constant exposure to different lifestyles, job options, and consumer standards makes workers and society demand more. This puts pressure on companies and governments to improve work and social conditions. Given this reality, the main competitive factor is human capital. Organizations that invest in skills, knowledge, and competencies are more likely to adapt and succeed. Continuous training, made easier by distance learning tech, is a key way to grow talent accessibly and effectively. But focusing only on current skills is not enough. Organizations must also strengthen their ability to adapt. Specializing in the core business is necessary but doesn't guarantee long-term survival. You must add organizational agility, the ability to react fast and change strategies as markets evolve. Human capital management gains a global dimension. In big and small firms, it's necessary to build an international view to understand global dynamics and make better choices. Technical skills remain important, but they must be paired with global knowledge, intercultural skills, and a strategy that sees markets as connected. In short, today's environment asks organizations to rethink priorities and put talent development at the center of strategy. Combining education, adaptability, and a global view is the core path to face megatrend challenges and build lasting competitive advantages in a changing world. Looking at the modern global context shows that organizations work in a web of connections, complexity, and constant change. This requires not only understanding megatrends but also turning that knowledge into strategic actions that boost competitiveness and long-term stability. Continuous learning becomes essential, keeping knowledge up to date, using expert sources, and reviewing past experience help people and organizations build a wider, clearer view. Learning should focus on applying knowledge in real decisions, not just collecting information. Building global capabilities also means using knowledge networks. These networks let people share ideas, work with varied partners, and learn from outside experience. Taking part in collaborative learning spaces strengthens adaptation and helps face global challenges better. Knowledge management also needs organized systems to store and share useful information. Repositories, digital platforms, and learning resources help keep learning going and make sure knowledge can be reused and shared inside the organization. Another key point is keeping a culture of learning and continuous improvement. Organizations that encourage curiosity, innovation, and openness to change create places where new ideas grow and processes get better. This culture becomes a real advantage for performance and competitiveness. At the same time, it's vital to honor ethics in knowledge management. Respecting intellectual property, using information correctly, and being transparent are essential to keep trust and long-term sustainability. Finally, putting these pieces together builds a long-term strategic view. Combining continuous learning, collaboration networks, good information management, and an innovation-focused culture forms the base to face the challenges of an uncertain global world. Together, these factors show that today's competitiveness is not just about physical resources, but about creating, managing, and using knowledge well. Organizations that build these abilities will be better placed to adapt, innovate, and succeed in a world that keeps changing. Conclusion. The analysis shows that organizations face a deeply dynamic environment where global megatrends affect every sector. Tech change, globalization, and social shifts have changed competitive conditions and forced a rethink of old strategies. In this setting, human capital stands out as the main strategic resource. Its quality, training, and adaptability are the top factors for success. Specializing in your core business is necessary, but not enough. The ability to adapt, organizational agility, and a global mindset are essential to keep competing over time. Continuous education, using learning technologies, and joining knowledge networks are key tools to build these capabilities. Finally, organizations that create a long-term strategy based on learning, talent management, and understanding the global context will be better prepared to handle uncertainty and seize the opportunities a changing world offers.
San Diego Global Knowledge University, Education Beyond Boundaries.